Okay, we continue with our Kitzur Shulchan Aruch class, and we start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim, page 200. Topic is Kashrus. Most sensitive area of constructive speech is that of Kashrus. Raising doubts regarding the reliability of a HaShem, rabbinical endorsement, without reliable information, considered speaking Lashon Hara. If one has reason to suspect that a HaShem is inferior, the matter should be discussed with a competent Rav, who can offer guidance as to how one should proceed. Even if one Rav suggests that the HaShem is not relied upon, this does not necessarily mean that the HaShem is definitely unreliable. It is the Rav of the community who should decide the status of the HaShem for his constituents, or else direct them to recognize posek halakhic authority for the decision. Okay, so before we continue, so there is a HaShem, like a problem. So I mean, how it's not so easy to do a research, right? So people on this Lashon Hara websites, right? They call Torah and Yeshiva and the Mashiach and all of this crazy. So basically anybody can post. Does anybody check the post? No. Nobody checked. No, nobody verify the information in this post. So you go to a reliable Rav who can actually do research for you. You understand? So it's not that simple. And we have to know exactly what was said. And the most famous example, I think, was about this triangle K, right? So, I mean, triangle K and others, there is competition. They try to kill each other. Not such a simple thing. Okay.
So what's the psak for triangle K then?
Triangle K is not so simple. If you look at Rabbi is a kosher Rabbi. So, but some things, for example, they have the Hebrew Nationals hot dogs, right? So there is a triangle K, but they never claim there is a glad kosher. So it is kosher, but not glad kosher. So for all of the normal people, it's not kosher. All the normal juice is not kosher, basically. but they never claim it's glad. You understand? And some people they're just looking for a way out because it's cheaper than other brands, I think. So they were willing to buy, and then they started attacking them. And then they went against all of the vegetables and juices and stuff like that. I don't know. So, but some of the kosher stores got back. For example, there is cranberry juice. What is it? Ocean spray in Borough Parks. I mean, they have like big sign triangle K, so you would not miss that. So just so you know that it's triangle K, but we're still selling it. So some people buy, some people don't buy. But if you look, they check about things, what they say, and who this rabbi is, and he's I don't know. It's not such a simple decision to. I mean, you don't know what you don't want to buy. You don't buy it. That's it. But there are some others that are not reliable that I know. But okay, I'm not sure who is buying that. If people who observe Kashrus don't buy, so maybe I don't know. Maybe some mother, even mother would not buy. I don't know. I don't know who would buy. Continue. In the case of the questionable product, so basically go to somebody who knows how to do research, who can ask questions, and ask them. Don't decide based on this Lashon Hara blogs that something is kosher or not kosher. In the case of a questionable product manufactured by a local Orthodox Jew who assumes responsibility for his product and does not operate under the HaShem, extreme caution must be exercised before declaring the product not kosher.
Rabbi, let's say I heard a story, right, from a person a rabbi, okay? And he said that his father, I think he was a sheikh or something, and he was working at a certain place, and then he asked Rabbi Moshe Feinstein and so on, and it was very iffy, okay? Is that enough? Is that reliable enough, even though I didn't ask the Rav myself and so on and so forth, or no?
No.
Uh-huh.
I tell you examples. Many years ago, I didn't know like much about Kashrus, right? So this was one person at my office, and I don't know when did I see, but he was calling himself a rabbi. Okay, rabbi. Okay, so younger fellow. I don't know. I was younger and he was younger. I don't know. Maybe I was even older than him. I don't remember. Like in his stories, maybe. Like, okay. But that doesn't matter. So he said that his father is in this Kashrus business and stuff like that. Okay, no problem. Very interesting. And he told me a trick. So listen to this trick that he told me. So he said when we were away on vacation, wherever they were on vacation with the family, so they went to local supermarket, not kosher supermarket, and he told me that it's very important. So his father told him. So it's very important that when you buy salmon, right? So it would not get injections. So the salmon is no problem, but the injections are a problem, right? So he would say, so I would come to the guy at the counter in the fish department and ask and tell him that could you tell me if there were injections because my little daughter, she has an allergy. So basically, and he told me allergy they would understand. Kosher, not kosher, they would not listen. But allergy, everybody understand. So he told me these tricks, I don't know, from his father. So I thought to myself, how is it possible? It's not kosher. How do you know it's salmon to begin with? Because it looks like, how do you know the knife? They cut shrimps, they cut this, they cut the pig, they cut... Yeah, you understand? So, but he claimed very proudly that he's a rabbi. And his father is a rabbi, even bigger, and he's that's the tricks that his father taught him about non-Jews. You understand? So okay, so we take easy with these guys. But on another hand, there is we just said that there is a questionable product is some Orthodox Jew, and he does in his store he does not want to like kosher supervision. He said I'm kosher. You trust me, I'm a kosher person, so that's it. So we have a store not too far from me, right? For example, the meat store, butcher. So butcher was there for 85 years. I mean, I think he's retired. Maybe he's not there. I'm not sure. Maybe he passed away. But one of his workers basically bought the store from him, right? So this guy for 80 years he did not have supervision. The name of the store is strictly kosher. So we went there. I mean, we would buy like a sealed, everything sealed. There is no problem, right? We can buy from non-Jewish sealed. And he said like one time he said, look, well, why don't you buy like other things that not sealed? Right? He said, come to my freezer right now. Right? Come. So I went to his freezer. And he showed me, I check all of the boxes. First of all, where we park on the back of the store, there are boxes. So you see all of the boxes for in part chicken, all of this, all the glad kosher things. Right? So in all of the boxes were absolutely kosher. So if I go to different stores, I don't know what they sell me. Maybe it's I don't know, donkey. I have no idea. But with this guy, with no supervision, always open, so it looks like he invites all of the customers. So he said, it's sealed, and that's why that's how he settled. So like the more suspicious religious people. So he would come, everything sealed. He'll open package and cut for you if you want. If not, take the whole piece basically. And understand? So some people talk against him because he does not want his supervision. But other people with supervision before Pesach, they double the prices, triple the prices for me. So for me, it's not kosher, not good. This guy never, I mean, suppliers for them, it's the same. Not even 5 cents he increased the prices. So who is kosher? You understand?
Right.
Okay, question?
Yeah, but I remember you told us before, let's say someone, he keeps Shabbos, so and so forth. you can go to his house and eat his food. You don't have to worry kosher or not kosher, right?
If he keeps Shabbos, yeah.
Yeah. So over here too, if he's wearing a kippah and so on, and you ask him, he keeps Shabbos, and he says, yes, I keep Shabbos. Why you do?
I even called his rabbi. I found out where he prays. I called his rabbi. I called a few people from his community. He said that he's been kosher Jew for 70 years. So, I mean, he's 90s. I don't know. Go ahead. Yes.
So why do you have to see hechsher and no hechsher on his store? Just go buy from his store.
No, but eat it one time. It's one thing. I hear you, but here it's like dangerous, So so there you only your alamaba is at stake, right? When you eat from this guy. But if you buy meat and you're going to feed other people, so you basically put in stumbling block in front of them. So it's because you're going to feed them. Maybe if it's not kosher, so because they trust you that you bought it from a kosher place. But I'm telling you, when they do double or triple price on Pesach, and this guy does not, and I never went to their freezers. I'm not suspecting them, but I never went to their freezers. I never checked. He opened all of the boxes for me. The guy was so excited. He felt so bad. Like said, why you don't never buy from them? And he has very good prices. Because he does not have to keep this rabbi, so he keeps a good price. Can you always rely on this? I don't think so. But in this specific case, and other people also, I know, kosher people buy from him. You understand? So plus, as I said, you can always buy sealed. There is no problem. Okay, continue. Okay, so we say we have to be very careful in this example, right? When there is no hechsher, but he's a kosher rabbi, kosher person, before declaring that it's not kosher. Only the local rabbi posek is in this position to decide the halachic status of the item after taking all of the factors into consideration. So basically, let him go and inspect, like maybe come a few times. I don't know. Causing a Jew to close down his business is very serious matter, and preventing such a situation maybe even outweigh the absorbance of humras and require halachic stringency, generally kept by the community. I'm not sure what examples of humra here, but with this meat store, it's very clear. I mean, he has a glad kosher and base Yosef, and he does not have any questionable thing. One thing that he did not tell people, I mean, he assumed that everybody know. I'm going to tell you, he was selling liver, and I sent to somebody to his store, right? Well, one of my students and this lady, right? So she bought liver, and she thought that she cooked. I was like almost fainted. I say, first of all, who told you to buy liver, right? And you cannot kosher liver. You have to kosher the liver. Right, you cannot just cook it. You have to singe over the fire and stuff like that. But eat it fried, of course you cannot fry the liver. Okay. I don't know how much liver she ate, but and fed her family. But just because it's kosher, I mean, I think then I talked to this guy. I told him, you must tell everybody. They know, they do not know, but you must tell them. Right? Before you sell. Even if they want to do it. If they don't want to do it, don't sell them. Okay. So continue. So we're on Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, how one compensate for missing prayer, Siman 21, and Sif number 7. So continue. Regarding one who errs in a Mishnah, in Minchah Shemoneh Esrei, on Rosh Chodesh. Okay, Minchah Shemoneh Esrei. So it's Rosh Chodesh. So today was Rosh Chodesh. Today is finished. Okay, so today he did mistake in the Minchah. Okay, and did not recite Yala B'Yogo. The law requires that he repeats Shemoneh Esrei. Okay, so it's very clear that he prayed the Minchah today, for example, and he missed the insertion for Rosh Chodesh, he has to repeat the prayer. Okay, continue. If he did not remember until the time for Minchah has passed, so all of this additional prayers, additional Shemoneh Esrei prayer, we say it's only when the time for the next prayer arrives, right? Not when this time for this prayer passed. So if time for this prayer did not pass, so you have to pray again. Like for example, if you would remember on time, so that's advantage of praying in early Minchah, not Minchah and Mariv together, right? That's what for sure. So if he forgot, so he can go back and he can pray again, and no problem. But if you pray Minchah and Mariv together, that like we did today, that's the problem. So even if he remembers, so even if let's say it was not enough time, but let's say it was enough time, but it was actually after Shkia you can pray. Let's say if he would pray, so he might miss, not might, for sure he would miss praying with a minyan Mariv. Okay, so continue. If he did not remember until the time for a mincha passed, and the following day is no longer Rosh Chodesh, like tonight, he is faced with a dilemma. For at the time the next prayer, there is Mariv, it is no longer Rosh Chodesh. And even if he were to recite Shemoneh Esrei of Mariv twice, he would not gain anything, right? For he can no longer recite Yalla v'Yova, since it is no longer Rosh Chodesh. And compensatory Shemoneh Esrei must be recited the same as the Shemoneh Esrei that are being recited at the time. And he would not accomplish anything by reciting compensatory Shemoneh Esrei without Yalla v'Yova, since he already recited Shemoneh Esrei without Yalla v'Yova. Therefore, he does not recite compensatory prayer at all. So let's try to understand before we go to the notes. So let's try to understand what Kitzur is saying. So Kitzur is saying, okay, so today we had Rosh Chodesh. You have new books, David? Did you get Kitzur?
Yeah. Oh no,
okay,
I have an old Kitzur. I have but I have the Sefer in front of me.
Okay. No, it's okay. No Kitzur. No problem. So all right. So it's exactly scenario it would happen today, right? If he forgot to say Yalla v'Yova insertion for Rosh Chodesh during the Minchah, now too late to daven Minchah, let's say, right? So now he has to daven Mariv, and the Kitzur said, what is the point for him to daven double Shemoneh Esrei during the Mariv? What is he accomplishing? Today is no longer Rosh Chodesh. So we said the compensatory prayer must be the same as the one that he's currently praying. So basically two of the same. And if he cannot say the insertion of Rosh Chodesh, that's exactly what he prayed, right? That's a very interesting scenario. So he said, do not pray, because it's there is no fix. So let's see the note. Others, however, maintain that if one did not recite Yalla v'Yova during the Minchah, Rosh Chodesh, it is as if he did not recite Minchah at all. In their opinion, he is required to recite compensatory Shemoneh Esrei, since its purpose is no longer to make up the missing Yalla v'Yova, but rather to compensate for his unfulfilled Minchah obligation. Shulchan Aruch 108.11, as explained by Mishnah Brura, therefore rules that one should recite the compensatory Shemoneh Esrei with the condition in mind that if he is obligated to recite compensatory Shemoneh Esrei, this Shemoneh Esrei should serve as his obligation. And if he is not obligated, it should be at the native Shemoneh Esrei. Okay, so let's stop here and understand. So when we thought that whatever Kitzur said, that's a clear cut. So Mishnah Brura said, no, it's not. Or Shulchan Aruch comes and say it's not so simple. If he did not say Yalla v'Yova, it's considered like he did not pray Minchah. It's like useless prayer, basically, whatever he said. So, and if he did not pray Minchah, and if he did not pray Minchah at all, right? So they say, he must pray Minchah. So that's according to this opinion, he must say double Shemoneh Esrei. Now, different scenario. On Shabbos and Yom Tov, when one cannot make such a condition, meaning for maybe donative, like a donation, like extra. Maybe if I'm not obligated, well, let's be like a voluntary prayer, right? If I'm obligated, let it be instead of that mincha. When one cannot make such a condition because one cannot pray at the native Shemoneh Esrei on Shabbos Yom Tov, the compensatory Shemoneh Esrei should not be recited. See Mishnah Brura 36. Okay, so basically, in a regular days there is he can do it. On the Shabbos and Yom Tov he cannot do this compensatory Shemoneh Esrei. If it is different, right? So if it's not different, so there is no problem. You can pray. Meaning, if it's not different, if it's second day of Yom Tov, so he can still mention that today is Yom Tov or today is Shabbos, so that's different story. But if Yom Tov goes into Shabbos, that would be an issue. Okay. So all right. So continue Sif number 8. With regard to the Mussaf prayer, that's very interesting. Although its recital time spans the entire day, as we said before, right? The entire day. And Marif is thus the prayer that immediately follows it. And it would have been expected that one who did not recite Mussaf, recite compensatory Shemoneh Esrei following Minchah. Nevertheless, if one missed the Mussaf, it has no compensation at night. But the Mussaf prayer was established based on the verse in Hosea 14:3. May our lips compensate for the sacrificial bulls, right? Megillah 31b. It is thus accorded this status to that of the sacrificial offering. Meaning this Mussaf is like all of this. I think all of our prayers are connected to, associated with the sacrificial offering. Okay, of course, Mussaf, of course. And once the time of the sacrificial offering has passed, its sacrifice is cancelled. Sacrifice is cancelled. Therefore, it is not possible to compensate for Mussaf prayer. Okay. So one more time, last sentence, and we're going to explain. It is thus according to the status similar to that of sacrificial offering, and once the time of the sacrificial offering has passed, its sacrifice is cancelled. Therefore, it is not possible to compensate for the missed Mussaf. So somehow, don't ask me how. I'm not sure why, how, but only like this Mussaf is associated with the sacrifice, but not others. So for others, for Minchah, you can compensate on Mariv. I'm not sure why. Based on this logic, right? On Mariv, like after the nightfall, they were like burning the fats and whatever, like leftovers of the meat from previous days and stuff like that. That's a Mariv. On Shacharis, okay. Understand. So Mussaf, he cannot compensate. Do during the Minchah. If you miss Minchah, that's it. You are out, basically. Okay. Number 9. One who has missed Mariv and is obligated to recite Shemoneh Esrei and Shacharis twice, or missed Shacharis and must recite Minchah twice. If he was a Chazzan at the time of compensatory obligation, interesting, he fulfills his obligation with repetition of Shemoneh Esrei aloud. Very interesting. Okay, so let me read commentary and we explain. He should have in mind that both his compensatory Shemoneh Esrei as well as to exempt those who are unable to recite Shemoneh Esrei on their own, which was the original purpose of enacting the Shliach Tzibur repetition Shemoneh Esrei. So basically, he's a Chazzan. So I mean, I think it's a good, very interesting scenario. So he's a Chazzan, and Chazzan repeats Shemoneh Esrei for the whole congregation, right? So it's very interesting. So now, if he has in mind, so let this repetition serve as my second Shemoneh Esrei. So they say that's good. And I think that's very clear solution. Okay, very interesting. Having completed the discussion of the laws of compensatory prayer, the discussion turns to what one should do if he's in doubt whether or not he has recited Shemoneh Esrei. That's very interesting. Maybe the guy had fever or something, and otherwise, how can you not know? Number 10. If one is in doubt whether or not he has prayed, the law is that nowadays, since we do not recite the native prayer, he does not go back and pray Shemoneh Esrei. Okay. So commentaries say, one who recited the native Shemoneh Esrei must have total concentration for the entire Shemoneh Esrei, and one cannot be certain that he will be capable of applying this. See Shulchan Aruch 107.4. So basically, for this compensatory, this Shemoneh Esrei, the native prayer, it's totally different requirements. He has to have attention all the time. So since most likely he would not be able to, so he does not go back and pray Shemoneh Esrei. Number 35, Shulchan Aruch 107.1 rules that one who is in doubt whether he has prayed the weekday prayer recites the native Shemoneh Esrei conditionally. Okay. There is he stipulates if he has not prayed, it should serve to fulfill his obligation, and if he has prayed, it should be the native. Okay. The native Shemoneh Esrei, Simishna Brura 107.2. Bir Halacha begins with Siman 107, assert that in such a case, the native Shemoneh Esrei may be recited even nowadays. So basically, I think the way I remember the thing I said before, so he has to add some things. So it cannot be exactly the same, just in case. So it should be a little different. Okay, so we finish this Siman, and we go into Siman number 22. I think somebody asked me this question last time, and I said it's next Siman. So we got to the next Siman, laws of Tachanun. Okay, so we discussed it a little, but now we go into details. Okay, so let's start. Most of the Shacharis prayer may be recited while in sitting position. Most, right? I mean, when you say Ishtabach, you stand. Karuv Shamar, you stand. But all others, some other, yeah, go ahead.
But going back to the last chapter for a second. We say you don't repeat the tefillah if you're not sure if you prayed or if you didn't pray, so on and so forth. Now, why over here it's very lenient in comparison to what we said before. Let's say for Mashma Ruchmar and Geshem, right? Over there, no, if you don't remember, it has to be 30 days. Then you don't have to say it, right? But over here, if you don't remember mamish the whole prayer, right? Or don't wait there, nothing. Just you don't have to pray again. Why over there I do have to pray, but over here I don't?
Over there you have to repeat because most likely you did not say. I mean, one verse, one line. If you're not accustomed to do that, like we started this new line about what is it about the Jew, right? Jew, right? From Friday, from Motzei Shabbos. Sorry, this insertion about the Jew, in a piece about the years, right? In the good years. Okay, so I mean, one line you can miss, so it's normal to say I don't remember if I said one line. So they say, okay, if you don't remember one line and it's under 30 days, so most likely, guess what, my friend, you did not say it. Knowing you did not say it. Okay, I understand it. But here, not to remember if you did the whole prayer, that's a little too much. So most likely, I don't know what most likely. But I mean, how you cannot remember it's something happened. So even Kitzur say, so you don't pray this donative prayer, but Mishnah Berurah say, you still do say this donative prayer. So you just stipulate, if I had to pray, so let it be compensation for whatever I miss. If not, let it be like separate prayer, like extra. Like when we used to come to the Beis Amidah, you'll be able to bring your own carbon for whatever you want. Whatever you got a job promotion, you got accepted to this yeshiva, you want to bring this gold. Okay, it's your personal carbon. There is no carbon, so there is no problem. Okay, that's how they look at this Shemoneh. So you say, if this goat or the sheep, right? If the sheep for if I miss something, so let it be for that. If I did not miss something, so and it's extra, so you cannot, as you say, we cannot pray to Shemoneh. So let it be for just extra, right? So makes sense or no? I mean, it's easier to forget one line than to forget the whole Shemoneh. I think. Okay, so let's do the Tachanun again. Most of Shacharis prayer, one may be recited while in a seated position. The Shemoneh is recited while standing. Okay, we said that. There is yet another appropriate posture for prayer. Praying while falling on one's face, signifying total submission to HaShem's will. The sages instituted the Tachanun prayer is recited during the Shacharis and Minchah, while burying one's face in his eye, in approximation of this position. Okay, so let's see. So let's see the commentary, and we're going to explain. In the early times, prayer would be said while literally falling on one's face, that is, while kneeling and bowing one's face to the ground, but without stretching one's hands and feet. Mishnah Berurah 131:3. Nowadays, we do not pray in this manner, but we recite Tachanun with our heads put down and covered in emulation of this posture. So basically, what we're saying here. So in olden days, they would prostrate themselves. I think they would lay on the stomach and like stretch hands and feet different direction. That's why they say, and that's what we're doing in a Beis Hamikdash. So that's why they say don't do this on a stone floor. So in the shoes, they usually don't have a stone floor, or they have some carpets or something. Maybe like when people walk, it's going to be stone, but when they do on Yom Kippur, for example, they would put some kind of carpet there, or something like blankets, something like towel, but not on this form. Or they put like I remember learning this Mishnah Berurah. He said that do it like in a sideways position, but not directly like face down. The Tachanun prayer is comprised of Psalm 6 verses 2 through 11 with a brief introduction, followed by the supplication prayer of Shomer Israel v'anachnu lo neidah. So it's like separate paragraphs. Only a portion from the Psalms and its introduction are recited in the posture described here. In some congregation, Tachanun begins with a recitation of vidui, confession, in the form of a shalom prayer. and the 13 attributes of Hashem's mercy. So let's try to understand. So they now we're going to talk about falling on one's hand. So how you fall your hand, you go like this, right, and you bow your head. So and said that don't bring your head up to the hand up. So you have to actually with your head, you have to go down to your hand. That's the thing. And make sure that there is some interruption. So don't do it on with a short sleeve. Right? If somebody wears short sleeve, that's better for him to go home. Basically, if he decided to do that. Okay. So let's see. So CF number 1, and we're going to explain. So basically, okay. And we do it. So we do not everybody do vidu. Sephardim always do vidu. Ashkenazim not always. In most of the places don't do vidu, but it's still in Ashkenazic Siddur because in some places they still do. Okay. Okay. So continue. After the Shemoneh Esrei prayer is recited, and then repeated by the Chazzan, the prayer of Tachanun is recited. So one more time from the beginning. So we say Karbonus, right? Karbonus of the morning blessings, morning blessing and Karbonus. Then we say Psuki de Zimra, so it's another block. Then we say blessing on Shema and blessing after Shema. Then we say Shemoneh Esrei and Chazzan repeats Shemoneh Esrei. And the next step is Vidui and Tachanun. Okay. So one more time the whole sentence. After the Shemoneh Esrei prayer is recited and then repeated by Chazzan, the prayer of Tachanun is recited while falling on one's face. There is with the head resting on the arm. Commentary. The arm must be covered with a garment. Magen Avraham 131:2. Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay, Sidvarim and Yehashua prayed while falling upon their faces. Right? That's in Torah or Chaim, paragraph 121. The Bach. Praying in this position also helps one to receive a speedily divine response. Aruch Shulchan 121:2. So basically, you put in your head down, as you say, but here we said literally. That's what you do literally. You put your head down. One should not engage in mundane conversation between the Shemoneh Esrei prayer and Tachanun. So in between them. Okay, so no mundane conversation. Number 3. This prohibition includes only becoming engrossed in conversation. Passing conversation is permitted. Okay, Siman Avraham, Recited Mishnah Brura, for details on which type of conversation are prohibited. I mean, you're not allowed to talk in a short period, but okay. Maybe some things are permitted. Maybe pertaining to the, I don't know, to the prayer, who is going to daven next and stuff like that. Any slichas or other prayers prior to Tachanun prayer is not considered an interruption and is permitted. Similarly, even during the Tachanun, one is permitted to respond Kaddish and Kiddusha, Mishnah Brura. So basically, the laws, of course, you're allowed to respond to Kaddish. So if you're a little behind that they already finished, possible, right? And you're allowed to respond to Kiddusha, of course. Kiddusha is very holy. Even holier than Kaddish, as we said. Okay, continue. One should not engage in mundane conversation between the Shemoneh Esrei and Tachanun prayer. Number 4. The Tachanun prayer is not fully effective unless it is recited immediately after Shemoneh Esrei prayer without interruption. See Mishnah Brura 131. So basically, there is some kind of this spiritual connection. So that because of which we must recite this Tachanun right after Shemoneh Esrei. But one more time, we don't, not one more time, we don't recite always Tachanun. Like today, for example, because of the Hanukkah, so we don't say Tachanun at all. Right? Okay. Or because of Rosh Chodesh. Yeah, any questions?
Yeah, what do we do on a normal weekday Minchah because after this, what's it called? After this, we usually have Kaddish and Aleinu. So after Kaddish, do I go back to doing this, or do I go say Aleinu? Because Aleinu, everybody has a chiyuv to say, even if you already daven Minchah, you still have to say Aleinu once you get.
Sorry. I didn't get your question from the beginning. Minchah. Okay, then what?
You're doing the Tefillin Sapayim. Yeah. Okay. So the question's like this: you have to interrupt for Kaddish. Understood, right? Then afterwards we have Aleinu. Okay.
No. I apologize. No. Now I got your question. No, you continue with what you're doing. So you're not obligated to cancel one mitzvah in expense of another mitzvah. No, that's not what we do. So what you're saying. So for example, if you already daven Minchah, right? You daven early Minchah, then you come to my shul where they daven Minchah and Marif together. So you can learn, you can do whatever you want, read Tehillim, right? And then when the time comes from Aleinu, so you stand up and you pray with everybody Aleinu. That's it. So Shemoneh, of course, you don't say because you already prayed, and all other Tachanun you don't say because you already said Tachanun. But Aleinu L'Shabech you say. Make sense? That's the answer. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Tachanun is to be recited standing or sitting?
Okay. So that's what. Okay.
And which arm? Left, right.
All right. So there are three parts in Tachanun, I would say, like my personal division. So first part is vidui. So let's say we say vidui. It's only one page, not a lot. Okay, so we say vidui. But in vidui, some parts that we do not say unless we pray with congregation. So exactly, if you look at the article or something, so you have half of the page, you can do as an individual, and then they say only when you pray with congregation you say the rest. So let's say you finish either way. You finish as an individual, you finish as a congregation, doesn't matter, right? So then there is different Tachanun on Monday and Thursday. We call it long Tachanun, right? And on all other days you have short Tachanun, except there is an exception. But let's say, right? So short Tachanun, you start with vidui. I'm sorry. Vidui, you do standing. Long Tachanun, you do standing, and then in a long Tachanun include short Tachanun.
So vidui is part of Tachanun.
Okay. So this part of Tachanun that we discuss is a fallen on one's face. So it's like it's a separate part. So one part inside of another part. So I'm talking about Monday and Thursday now. Okay. So first you say vidui, you say standing. Then you start this long Tachanun, you do standing. When you do to fall on your face, you do sitting. And then you stand up at one point. I mean, just follow your. I think he's going to explain. But if you follow the siddur, it says clearly when you stand, where you sit. So
that was the doubt, because if you must to put your face in your arm, maybe it's supposed you are sitting and
yes, that's what I say. Yeah, this part falling on your arm, it's only sitting. Yes.
Okay.
And you fall on your arm, like according to most of Paskim, not everybody agree, but most of Paskim, and only when you have a Sefer Torah in a room. I'm not sure. Maybe in a adjustment room also. I'm not sure. Maybe they not praying in a main synagogue, but maybe like in this antechamber. Maybe there you also. I think that you could also allow it to fall on your arm. But otherwise, if there is no Sefer Torah, some rabbis say if you have the holy books like printed Chumash, you also fall. But I think that's not what we do. Okay, so continue. Any other question?
But the leniency, what would be about this Sefer Torah?
Say it again.
The leniency, what would be with the Sefer Torah if you don't have one?
Okay, so if some rabbis say if you have printed chumash, not like on a scroll, but printed one, like a regular what we buy in the store.
Or in the other way around, are you allowed to not to fall on your arm at all?
Yes. So if for example, you can pray anywhere. You went to somebody's wedding, right? And there's a wedding. In the middle of the wedding, we say let's pray Minchah. Where else are you going to pray Minchah if you're at the wedding? Unless they're in the next shul or some kind of call, or you can go yeshiva, you can go there. So let's say regular like scenario. So there is catering place somewhere. We have 10 Jews, so we gather together. We go to pray Minchah. That's it. So there is no Sefer Torah. So of course we don't fall. Actually, maybe because of the wedding, because of the groom, we don't fall. But okay. But let's say there is other celebration. So you have 10 Jews. There is no Sefer Torah, so you don't fall on your hand. That's it. Very possible. So in my office, when I used to work and daven, so we never fall. There is no Sefer Torah. Okay. There is no Sefer Torah, there is no Chumash, there is nothing. Okay, so continue. Sif number 2. When one is reciting Tachanun during Shacharis prayer, since he has tefillin on his left arm, he should lean toward his right side and rest his head on his right arm. In deference probably to tefillin. However, when recited Tachanun during the Minchah prayer, he should lean on toward his left side. Okay. So basically, before we continue, it's very simple. So it would be very inconvenient. Your tefillin maybe in your eye. That's not a good idea. So you put you have tefillin on left arm. So you put your head on your right arm. But properly do Tachanun on your weaker arm. That's the proper thing to do. But because of the respect to tefillin, we do it on the right. We have a good excuse. But during the Minchah, there is no such excuse. You do on the left arm. But there are poskim that agree that on the right arm again. So whenever somebody is doing, don't rebuke him. There is it does not say this, but I learned in different form. That's I think Mishnah Brura says or something. Yeah, Mishnah Brura said I think that you're allowed to do on the right arm also, but like straightforward Minchah, like tradition, you do on the right in the Shacharis, on the left during the Minchah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, 2 questions in one. The first is when we're standing, is it are we supposed to do it leaning on a shelf or leaning on a wall or something like that?
Why was it?
I don't know. I thought that might be the way you have to do it. So just put your arm like that and then you're fine?
No. You have to sit down. What do you mean?
I'm saying bidiyah, but I'm saying you can't sit down. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you can.
I'm saying
is leaning. Okay, so all right. So let's explain. So when what David is asking, so it's actually what he's asking. His question is bigger than that. So let me explain the bigger picture. Then we go to the question. So it says clearly, if you lean on something, what is it considered to be leaning? Leaning means that, like let's say, I put my finger here. Is it leaning? They say it depends. If they would remove this chair, and I'm going to fall. You understand? So there is different leaning, even if you like put 1 or 2 fingers somewhere. So if you lean like your like the center of your weight on this point, if they remove it, you're going to fall. So it's not considered to be standing, and that's why it's not allowed. When, for example, I'll give you like a very interesting example. When you are being called to Sefer Torah, it's not allowed to lean on the bima. Right? So sometimes it's like the bigger, like longer Sefer Torah and you cannot see, or like you're trying to lean, so try to stand. Anyway, don't touch the bima, because it's like leaning, it's disrespect to the Torah. You have to stand. So in this case, so after we explained that, in this case, it would not consider to be standing for sure. It's going to be considered sitting, also not. So when he leans on the shelf, so I guess it's a little help. I don't know. That's my
preferable to lean.
Preferable to lean on the shelf.
Yes, then standing.
While standing, I would say yes, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
So at least you show that. At least I know that I cannot stand. So I'm sure that I'm not standing. I'm trying to lean. That's what it is.
Are there any halachas regarding disturbing others during Tachanun, like there are for Shemoneh and Esrei, like walking in front of them or stuff like that, or no?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
But I remember Tachanun. I would never forget Tachanun, right? So I recited the usual. I mean, the usual way I usually decided, right? And I was in Rabbi Eliashev's show when I stayed in Yerushalayim. I went to his show, like small show, very interesting people there. When they started Tachanun, I did not understand. The people were crying, literally crying. I said, "What happened? What I did? Maybe I missed somewhere where I was reading my Siddur. Like, whoa! I was shocked, and it was very long. I don't know, like here in Brooklyn, like half of the prayer. I don't know. I was shocked, basically. But that's for them. It's normal Tachanun. People were doing so sincerely, unbelievable. I mean, when you read the words, that's a normal reaction. If you understand the words in any language, whatever you read, so that should be a normal reaction. And plus the holiness of this holy Rabbi Eliashiv Zatzal man, it's unbelievable. So they show me where he lived, they used to live, and stuff like that. It's very interesting.
Rabbi, one more question. Like we said, we're allowed to interrupt for Kaddish. Is that true even when you're actually bowing your head?
Yes. That's when they always catch me. When I'm with my head down, so I stand up, answer Amen, Yehi Shmei Rav. They continue with Ashrei Yoshua. I sit down and continue with Barav. Okay, so commentary. Generally speaking, it is more appropriate to lean toward the left side while praying. While praying, I mean, this as we said, this Tachanun. Since when a person prays, the divine presence is on his right side, so to speak, right? So on my divine presence on my right. Okay. Reciting Tachanun 1:1 verse 5. Okay. Therefore, when leaning on his left arm, a person face is directed toward the divine. So basically, you go like this, and of course you look to the right. Second, the divine presence. Base Yosef 131 Mishnah Brura. Okay. When wearing tefillin, however, one should avoid leaning on the arm around which the tefillin was wrapped, as a sign of respect for them. Thus, during the shacharis, he should lean on his right arm. Shacharis, right arm, because of respect of tefillin. Left-handed person, however, who does not have this problem, as he wears his tefillin on the right hand, should lean on the left arm during the shacharis as well. So that's just recently, maybe a few weeks ago. So we were learning Igras Moshe, and one person asked him on what hands he should lean. And I told this Chavrusa that I learned this. I said, what a waste of time! Like, why this guy has to? He has chutzpah, right? Ask the biggest rabbi in the world this simple question. If it's been black and white in all of this siddur, not siddur, and even in siddur it says commentary on what hand to lean, right? Like, ask him. Don't ask him basically. just leave him alone. Or ask some question that it's not so easily finding or not clear. We have unique situation. Right? So, but I remember somebody asking, like, okay. So basically, and when we learned this Chavrus that I learned this, so he said, I have no problem. He's lefty, so there's no problem. Okay, so he always does it on his left hand, wears tefillin on the right, so no problem. Okay, continue. Actually, checking time. Okay, so let's do one more understand. When assuming that the partial fallen on the face, one should preferably be sitting. Okay, here we go. Our paragraph. Preferably be sitting. However, in a present situation, exactly, it may be recited while standing as well. A commentary: some instances when it might be necessary to stand. So see above 18. 13 and 18. So let's say we're going to check. After Tachanun has been recited, the congregation recite the prayer Veichenu lo neida. We know not. So when we say we know not, so we have to extend that, right? One should recite the first 3 words of the prayer while sitting, and after those 3 words, said, one should rise and say the rest of the prayer, beginning with the words maaser, what to do, etc., while standing. So let's say there is commentary, and we're going to explain. By changing position while reciting this verse, one is indicated that we have employed all postures, right, of prayer while available to us. There is sitting, standing, falling on the face. And there is nothing more, right? So what else can we do, right? For us to do other than to await the divine response. Okay. So let me check quickly. So as we said ourselves, so preferably, most preferably sitting. But if you like, we were standing in my office. We were praying in the back of the stores. So basically, in a delivery entrance. So there is no way to sit. So everybody would stand. Okay. So quickly, 18, 13, and 18. Just let me see what was the situation. 18, 13, 18. Oh, very interesting. So it says it is forbidden to sit within the 4 arms of one who is praying Shemoneh. So the guy came late, right? So he's standing right behind me. So now I cannot sit. Right? So I need to say Tachanun, he's behind. I'm already finished, the whole congregation is finished. But what can I do? I have to continue saying Tachanun while standing. That's one scenario. And 13. Okay, I'm going to skip a Kiddush. Okay. All right. So basically that's and in all other like pressing circumstances where you cannot move or there is no chairs and stuff like that. Okay, so we stop here. Any questions, please? Go ahead.
Okay. Yosef Hatzaddik, right? So he and his brothers, he gave them some trouble, and what's it called? Why was he allowed to give them trouble? That's basically the question. If it was to take revenge, right, or whatever, not revenge, but like to give them Isurim, for their Avera, okay, fine. But why doesn't he just let HaShem give them Isurim? Why does he himself have to give Isurim? Then with that, what's it called, with Rabbi Akiva, okay, and the other 9 martyrs, what about them? It says that they all died for Isurim, right, of that Avera. But maybe Yosef already gave them Isurim, right? Then am I allowed to give someone else Yisrael like Yosef Hatzaddik did? Like, say someone did an Avera for me? Am I allowed to do something to him?
Okay, so it's probably, I want to start from the end, but it says that if somebody is smart, wise, he has to start from the beginning. So I force myself. So first of all, why did Yosef was allowed to do whatever he was doing? Right. So you have to go back to the previous parsha, to the dreams, right? Because he had these dreams, and he had this clear prophecy that dreams must come true for whatever reason. I don't think, at least I don't remember if I ever read, maybe Ramban would say something like, why exactly, like, okay, everybody have dreams, but why all of these things, right? So much conspiracy had to go into it, right? To make this the brothers come, right? So there were two dreams, right? So first dream is the 11 of his brothers bow to him, right? So so all of these things that he created, that he basically conspired, so they would come, all 11 of them would come. Somehow he thought that if he would do something differently, so for example, if he would say that I'm Yosef, right? When they come 10 of them, that's Rashi explained. So some explanation I have, right? So they would. He was afraid that they might get scared and run away, never to come back. So they would afraid of his vengeance, and they would never come to Egypt with Binyamin. Understand? So he had to devise this all of the plot that would come with Binyamin. Understand? That was about the dream. So maybe I read the explanation, but sometimes you read the explanation and you are searching about, dreaming about, and you forget. Why? I don't know. I would say like deep inside, something like it's not accepting this explanation. So maybe I read it, but I don't remember why he was so insistent on these dreams to come true. But for him, it was the goal of his life, like the whole purpose of his living. Okay, that's one part. Right. Second part, you say. Second part. First of all, he did exactly what he had to do. He didn't increase their suffering, right? Even this Shimon, right? When he imprisoned him. Rashi explained, so he tied him with rope and stuff like that, and so the brothers would get scared. As soon as they leave, Rashi said he took him out. He took remove of the ropes. They start dying and wine together. There's no problem. They're the best friends. So I mean, minimum isurim it was required. And another question, exactly that you ask after that, it's connected to the second part of the question, why it was Shimon, right? So Shimon was because he was the one who pushed Yosef to the hole in the desert, right? So there only if you read Rashi, so there were only 2 people against Yosef, not 3. Only it's not everybody, not 10 people. Only 2 people who Shimon and Leib were against him. So and Shimon was the one who he was a strong guy who pushed him into this hole. You understand? So to create atonement for him, so Yosef said, okay, you put me in a prison, I put you in a prison, and so basically he cleansed them this way. But are we in a position of the Yosef Hatzaddik, the prophet? I would not place this card, and let's leave it to HaShem, basically. You understand? So we don't create this rim for other people. And plus, after that, we had this one of the 613 mitzvahs is not to bear grudge. So just he did whatever he did, and you just let it go. And another one, the 613 mitzvahs, not to take vengeance. So he did something to it, just let it go. Just remember, it's not him. He's a low life. Nobody is arguing, but it came from HaShem. So it's between us and HaShem. So try to settle your account with HaShem, not with this low life. I mean, it's not him. Physically, it was him, but he would not move. He could not. Nobody can move his pinky finger without HaShem signing that I permit to this person to be heard. So work on your relationships, and I work on my relationship with HaShem. This whole life is still low life.
Mm-hmm. And what about what's it called, the 10 marges, Rabbi Akiva and all of them?
Okay, so if you read the story carefully, so who is the judge? Who decided that? This low life guy, the lowest of the lows, he said, okay, I'm going to be true judge and kill these people. What is the connection? There is no connection. But we just read recently, maybe it was Michtav Meliyahu, that's what that sound, that he said, I don't remember exactly words, but because of some sins, right? So basically, or it was in a parsha, I don't remember what was it. So, but I remember the idea. So the idea is, it was Yehuda probably said. No, Yehuda, when he was talking to Yosef, I would not know, like I don't have too much now, but when he was talking to Yosef, so when he was talking to brothers, he said, he was talking to Yosef, so HaShem punishes us not for this sin that we stole this goblet, right? No, because of our sins. So he said because of our previous sins, whatever we did, different, has nothing to do with that. But he has the opportunity now to get us through this incident. That's what he did. But we admit, okay, maybe in this specific instance we're not guilty, but we are guilty with something else where there were no witnesses. Let's say. You understand? That's how a person should see the situation.
Understand.
Okay, Israel, go ahead.
I was viewing the Dark Scrolls Sidur, and it says in the Mussaf of Rosh Chodesh not to put Tefillin. Why is that?
Okay. So all right. So quickly, I want to go through the orders of the prayers. So we say Shacharis, right? When we finish Shemoneh Esrei, we go to Halal. So we say Halal because it was Hanukkah. On Halal, we say Hanukkah on Halal, and we say Hanukkah on Rosh Chodesh. So it's one covered both, right? So after Halal, we go back to we do read the Torah, right? We finish a little Shacharis, and then what we say Mussaf. So Mussaf is like additional prayer. So there's no connection between Shacharis and Mussaf. You understand? It's totally, as we'll learn before, it's like totally different sacrifices. You understand? So if you're still in Tefillin, so you say that I'm still praying Shacharis. For example, Minchah, we don't pray in Tefillin, right? So it's totally different prayer. And unless somebody missed it, that's a different story. But mostly we don't pray Minchah and Tefillin. So basically, to show that there is a totally different prayer, it's not part of the Shacharis prayer. So we remove Tefillin right before we start Mussaf.
Because I thought you are allowed to have the Tefillin on all the time.
Yes, correct. So, but this with this removal, we shown that the Mussaf is totally separate prayer, not connected to Shacharis. You finish this prayer, you finish all of the whatever you need to say for this prayer, and then you can put it Tefillin back and walk the whole day. There is no problem. Just you would need to say separate blessing, of course. So every time you remove Tefillin, you need to say blessing when you put it back on.
Another question is if you can cut the fringes of the Tallis Katan if they are deteriorating.
Well, if you cannot cut, why you cannot cut?
What can you do if they are deteriorating, the extremes of the?
Oh yeah, okay.
You put a knot, or you cut them, or what can you do?
Okay, so the solution is just to burn them a little. to burn with a match. So and they would stop doing this. That's it.
But if you cut
them,
them,
in some sense you destroy it, but it's for constructive purpose. Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking maybe I didn't think about burning them, but if you could,
the ends, right? But you understand what I mean, right? You burn a little.
Yeah, yes. But I thought maybe if you cut them, you are making some transgression. I'm not sure.
No, okay. For example, I give you. It's a good point. I want to give you this example. So when I was buying my big tallis, right, the big like praying one. So I asked them in the store if they can cut the tzitzis for me. So and they cut. There's no problem. Since it was no mitzvah done yet, they can. I was surprised. I mean, some years ago. So they say they have special scissors. Like I don't know, special scissors to cut. It's not from metal, it's from some ceramic, whatever scissors. I don't know, whatever. So they cut it and they threw these pieces, whatever left over, into garbage. So because I suspect, but deep inside I was like, whoa, don't throw it in the garbage. I can bury it and stuff like that. But they say there is no problem. We check with Rabbi, and basically that's what they do. Because if you have some people never cut them. Right, so some of them very long. So even though the tallis is normal size, they according to their body, so tzitzis are always on the floor, and they got stuck everywhere. So and they look disgusting basically. So don't be such a tzaddik. May make them shorter, maybe like one length, and that's it. So basically that's what I did.
So in the end, when you make your tzitzit, once it's ready, you cannot cut it.
No. Well, before you wear first time, you can cut it. I never wear. We did it in a store when I was buying them.
Yeah, but after yes, you can cut it, but you cannot throw in the garbage. That's it. After you wore one time, there is a holiness in them. You have to bury them in the ground. The leftovers.
Yes, leftovers. Yes.
Oh.
You cannot throw them in the garbage. No.
Right.
It's a mitzvah article, exactly.
Or the second or the first option maybe is to burn the extremes and
no.
leftover.
To burn when I said to burn when it starts unraveling, right? So you burn the end, and so it becomes like stronger, like a glue. That's it. Or you can use a glue, I guess. I don't know what people use,
but what about knot? It would be forbidden to do a knot?
I'm not sure if it's forbidden. I would not say it is forbidden. What would be forbidden? I'm not sure.
Rabbi, I heard specifically that you're allowed to make knots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he heard that we can make knots. I have not seen anybody make knots, but people who say that it's allowed, would they do it? I don't know.
I think they did it for me, as far as I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a rabbi,
Okay. Look, as I said, I remember that's how I start my answer. I don't see any halachic issue. Like once you have this required knots, even when we learn the laws of tzitzis, the halacha is that you did the obligation when you tie the knot to this one, right? When we tie this one to the tzitzis, right? This one, that's it. You have fulfilled the obligation. So all of these nice knots, it's extra. I mean, of course, that's halacha, but he fulfilled once he tied that knot. So those two knots that connect the tzitzis to the garment are the most important. Others, nice to have, basically. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So let's stop here. Baruch HaShem, we did it. Until tomorrow, same time. Baruch HaShem. Thank you. Good night. Until tomorrow.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.